Good morning. I do not have time to make tea today. Let's see how this works out. All right, so we are currently short in the algorithm on the 5-minute setup for the NASDAQ. It may get stopped at the open if it pushes up here. We will have to see. But if it can pull down back to our swing zone, which I'm hoping it does for just a quick takeout of the lows. Like, look at this position from yesterday. This is exactly where it went in yesterday. Or was this overnight at 2 a.m.? It'd be taking out the lows of overnight. If not, it is what it is. I need to update this, but I have AMD and TTD turned on for stocks on the algorithm. AMD starts right away. TTD doesn't start till 10:30. All right. I don't even know if there's reports today. I honestly don't have time for that. I need to move this up because, all right, so it looks like we're going to get stopped here at this. Oh, look at AMD. This candle will need to close above, over, and above. I had moved my stop loss before closer to the red dotted line. But see how it can sometimes play with this and then maybe pull back down? Like it's a fake green at the open. Whoa, look at AMD. So now you can see that it had that strong green showing and now it's pulling back. So we'll see if we can break under 16,300. If not, then we'll just be taken out of this as a loss, and that's okay. And then it will take a long trade once it closes above this dotted line. So I'm only running the NASDAQ setups today. So the 5-minute, which is this one, which is overnight, and then the 20-minute, which starts at 10:40. All right, we're pulling down a little here. See if we can break this. It seems like 16,310 is a strong level. I think that was the level from yesterday that we had to get over. It was like 16,307 before we pushed up. So it may hold this, but if it breaks at 10, it seems like maybe we can break that 16,300. For my swing people, I'm looking for it to come back even to take a long. Hi, Jen. Morning. All right, so we see we broke that 10 here. Now we're fighting with the 7 and the 6 area. I also have gold running over here, which is green, 1,500 from last night on one mini, which is crazy. But it did actually have a bad day yesterday, so. All right, we're back to our entry on the NQ 5-minute. You can see now we're green, $50, $80. Nice. Look at this drop in the market. Gold is moving up. The NQ is moving down. I would love to see if we can stay under this and get closer to the swing zone. 90. I'm going to move my stop loss lower here, only because if it does come back up now, then it seems like it's going to have enough strength to move higher. But I have faith that it will break this 300 here, and then we'll see if it can break this 90. All right, it broke the 300. Let's see if it can get to 90. I'm going to go ahead and move this into here. 90 is going to be the next area that it needs to break. So it went from almost a $300 loss to now we're green $175. Let's see if it can break 90. It's touching the swing zone right now. This is why it's important for me to put my swing zones also on my algorithm charts, because it helps to kind of keep it relative. Like, okay, this is an area and I might get taken out here.
Order canceled.
So I got taken out here with like $110 or something. Actually 85, whatever. It's not that much, but it's better than a $300 loss. But this could definitely still keep dropping. But you see how it essentially pierced the swing zones that I give in my manual group, and how strong those are. Like you can see it came in here and it bounced almost to take us out of that trade, and now it came back in again here, and it seems like it's bouncing. So over this 300, I like the long. I know it seems like kind of flip-flopping, but the algorithm chooses its spots. I don't. I wonder if I'm going to want this long on for AMD. I don't know. I guess I'll keep it open for now. And also, this is a very hard number, the 16,300. I'm trying to go back over to the group so I can get in the long with them. So my first TP is going to be in that 25 area because quarter points are hard as it is, but also if you can see, that's kind of an area overnight that we got to like 28.30 and then it came back up. Next is going to be at 32. Yeah, this is a hard area for NQ. If you like just zoned all of this out, like I could zone out another area and make it a different color. Like this is a big area for sellers. Look at, oh shoot. Look at that. Look at that area, and then I can make it different colors. I'm not sure I want to be in. I guess the outline doesn't matter. Okay, so this gray box. All right, well now NQ is pushing. So, but we just have to be aware of this gray box is definitely a supply zone. So our swing down here is more of a demand, and up here is more of supply. I teach this in my course if you're interested. Gold is green, $1,600. That's awesome. I'm sorry, so I was putting in my TPs for the swing trade. All right, so we're up at 12. And I know I said in the Algo group to like not touch. I was like, don't touch it. But if you're on the live stream, you're probably like, you're touching it. Oh, sorry. I was just trailing it mainly because of the swing zone. If that swing zone wasn't right here and it didn't make this egregious kind of bounce before, I wouldn't have done that. All right, and it could still come down here. We'll see, but this just ran up to 17. 17, I've noticed, has become like a really weird number. Like a weird spot. I wonder why AMD had this big drop. That's the thing about stocks, is you have to follow like news and announcements, but I'm just going to keep it technical. What was I about to do here? Oh, I was about to say. All right, so you can see NQ is pulling back a bit more here. It came back below that 10 and that 7 area. I'm still in the long for the swing trades, but hey, Madden, good morning. I have long on for AMD because the overall momentum is still bullish. And we're sitting at that 151. So if it comes up to 150, 153, it will put me in a long. TTD's breaking out. Was it NVIDIA yesterday? But I think NVIDIA has a bigger... What about AMC? How big is the... Oh, AMC is actually okay too. I would see. I think NVIDIA has a bigger spread. That is something I don't... Oh, you know what I need to do? One second, I need to... get in this covered call for Tesla. All right, I'm in that, so that's good. Let me put some cells in here. Close at 550. Similar order. Oh, that sold pretty quickly. Similar order. Because if the market wants to pull down more, you can see we're about to hit that zone again. Similar order. I'll do 4. All right, so I have 5 left. 2, 3, 4. I need to do a 5.
Order filled.
What was filled? All right, so that Tesla order I just got in is already green, $437. Covered calls work really well when it has a nice big pump up and then it pulls back, but sometimes I forget about it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I need to get back in that. All right, so NQ touched the zone for a third time now. Third time at this 95. This was a very, very strong area yesterday. If you were part of that NQ day range yesterday, let me show you what it looked like. It looked like this. This area was so tight for so long. So we had this huge move up in NQ yesterday, late morning, like right around lunchtime. And we got in this long. But it stayed sideways for quite a bit of time in this area. It was like 93, 95 was super hard to get through. And then even staying over 100 was hard. Like, look at this shit. And it would pop up to like 7 every time. It like pop up to 7 and come back, pop up to 7, come back. You can see here, this is where I got out. It popped up to 24. But I actually got out around 7 because I saw it kept doing that and coming back down. Like right here, 10 came back down. 4 came back down. 10 came back down. Like, you have to notice those numbers when they're happening so often. So if you just see, okay, it keeps going to 95 and pulling back. It keeps going to 95 and pulling back. You should mentally make a note of that 95 level. The same with yesterday when it came to 7 or when it came to 10. I even had this conversation with Vacant Agency in my group, and I was like, dude, it keeps hitting 7 and pulling back. And he's like, yeah, I noticed that. So I sold at 7. But what he did was he added more of a position at 7. So once it got over 7, it got over like to this 10 area, and then it kept pulling back to 7 and bouncing, or it pulled back to 300 and bounced. He was adding position there because now 7, which was a strong resistance, has then become a strong support. So then you're just going to bounce off of 7 and go higher. And that's what he did. And then it ran up to 25. And then it kind of sold off at the end here, and then last night I guess it pulled down to this area, and now it's moved up. And look at, even last night it pulled down to 72. That was an area yesterday that it almost touched while we were in our trade. Like, it went down to 78. So I'm out of 6 of those 7 Tesla. I'm up $627 now on those covered calls. My last one is at 4. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, I just wanted to explain that because it's clear that it's still having a hard time or using those levels as very strong support or resistance even today, which makes sense. Like, we're honestly just hanging out at this 300 level and bouncing off of this zone and coming back above 300. So that is pretty normal. Like, I wouldn't be worried, obviously. So now it's pushing back up. It's above that 710 level. Now it's at 1213. Walmart's looking good here. I wonder if I should just get to this at 465.
Order canceled.
All right, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, I locked up 645 on the Tesla
Order
covered
filled.
calls because we may get a somewhat sideways red to green move here in the market. We can see that it's pushing up. Here we go. We're at 18. We're almost at my TP1 for the swing trade. Natural gas is so good. It freaking hits TP like every day. Sorry for my typing. I know it's really loud. And I know I type really fast, so sometimes it's just like a jobbled mess. So, oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. Shit, was I like talking all that? You guys couldn't even see the area. Hold on, let me focus this. When I was over here, you guys probably couldn't even, you still can't even see it. Well, oh yeah, I guess you can. But before you probably couldn't. That's a mess. I'm sorry. Sometimes it allows me like all of this room left to right, but up and down, I have to like squish my charts. Anyway, so this is the range from yesterday. I was going to say, if it crosses and closes above this level, like, look how it just went up to 21 and failed again. But I wanted to update the results for natural gas because it hit TP. AMD looks like it's going to take a long soon, so we'll see how that goes.
Order filled.
I'm up $2,000 on the year with Walmart. All right, so AMD has crossed this level. It did not close above yet, so I'm going to have to wait another minute. And I know you guys can't really see that either because what it shows here, I'm just going to have to squish it. I might have to make my charts a little smaller.
Order canceled.
All right, so I'm in this long of AMD. 152 is a target. I have a 152.26. All right, I'm up $300, $500.
Order submitted. Order submit. Order filled.
I put in targets just in case it takes a trade and I'm not around.
Order submitted.
But you guys know that I have control issues, so I probably want to put my own targets. Like right below 152 is a moving average, so that's why.
Order filled.
All right, so hit that one, up 800 here. 850, 987. See if you can hit this 51.88. We're at 77.80. I'm watching essentially the bid and the ask on my phone. See if we can hit 83. I moved it to 83.
Order filled.
84. There we go. All right, so I have 2,500 left. I'm going to move this down. All right, let's see if we can push back up to 89. On this next candle, it's 950. Yesterday, they had a trade that ran $11,000. Like, it was insane. All right, so I'm not going to let this kind of pull back too much because it did have this big drop this morning. So now you can see it's red, 700. Now it's back to 500. You see NQ is pulling back a little, but still kind of in that area of the 300. All right, I may have to exit this. See if it can hold 51. I'm watching if it can hold 51. If not, then I'm going to get out. All right.
Order canceled.
It says it timed out. What? What? All right, well, I got out of it. Over here. So I'm not in it anymore, but I did lose 1,400. So I'm going to turn this. Whoa, look at NQ. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just noticed that. So anybody that stayed in that 5-minute TP hit, I'm going to turn this back on for the short that's going to ensue.
Orders.
And see if I can make up some of this.
Canceled.
All right, so now the low of the day was 150. I'm going to move this to the low of the day, 150.24. I don't like all of these texts. I wonder if I can change this without messing up my... Okay, cool. So I had a loss on the long. Because I should have been more careful because of the big drop at the open. I should have put a trailing stop on the bottom by the entry, but I didn't. So now let's see if we can drop here. Seems like this 50 area is pretty strong. So if we can break this 50, then we can go back down to the low of 24.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Here we go. Now we're at 47.
Order submitted.
I'm covering some just in case this market wants to get choppy here.
Order submitted.
Let's see, it's 300 it hits first.
Order filled.
Just to cover some in the top. It's got to break that 50 again.
Order submitted.
The only reason why I'm not a huge fan of the short is because AMD has been beasting the past few days, and I still continue to see it go higher.
Order filled.
All right, I may have to close out of this.
Order filled.
All right, so I covered some, so now I'm only red 1200. But I'm gonna wait a bit. Like, look at the NQ. It may go back down. It has to break that 50. Gold is still green, 1600. All right, I'm turning this back on because we'll see if you can recover the long. Maybe not. Maybe I should reduce my sizing today. It seems like it might be a choppy day. Look at that. Moved back up. I should actually do this again.
Order filled.
All right, I am back in these Tesla covered colors. Similar order. Now everybody messages me when I'm doing a live stream and when it's market open. Sometimes I think people just think they're the only people in the world. That's just not the case. I don't know what that pullback from NQ was, but I really feel like
Order filled.
Alright, I got rid of 2. Next is at 6. I could do 650.
Order canceled.
Another $200. 650.
Order filled.
Alright, so now I only have 3 left. It's making up for my loss in AMD by having this extra $800. So now I'm only down $400 on my manual trades for the day. So the way that I track my manual trades is just by whatever's not like a long-term hold. So a covered call or a option trade, which I don't do very much, or a manual, obviously, or an a trade on the algorithm with shares like this. So I don't have any level. Let's do close at 6. Definitely seems to be somewhat of a sideways or choppy day. Nice, Shane. Very nice. Alright, it's been a half an hour. The market's been open half an hour. Oh, look, it's breaking that 50 level again on this AMD. What's TTD doing? Ooh, same thing. Lots of shorts. But it doesn't matter now, Kevin. Alright, so this NQ 5-minute is done. It ends at 10 a.m. every day. So TP should have hit here for everyone because what? It got short at 04 and it does 10 points. Yeah, so everyone hit their TP on this first one. I did not because I got myself out too soon. See? TP hit. So, oh shit. So that is done for the day. So I can remove this strategy and chart. Alright, so now the only focus is the NQ range, which doesn't start until 1040. And my focus on the stock trades down here. So AMD, TTD doesn't start until 1030. I could put AMC up for 1,000 shares. I might do that. It did pretty well yesterday. Where's my conversation with Bo? I tell him all this other... Yeah, yesterday AMC was like 5,700, I think just on 1,000 shares. I don't know, it was on 3,000, I guess. We'll just do 1,000. So AMC is also in a short here. I'm gonna take those freaking markers, like the text away. It takes up too much space here when you have like a larger order. So it's short right here. All right, so now I'm up to 900 on those Tesla covered calls. So they're now really helping with that loss that I had with AMD. What is today? November 17th. Guys, next week's Thanksgiving. How excited are you? I'm going to put my Christmas tree up. Well, I was going to put it up this weekend, but the cleaning people are coming on Monday, so I'll probably put it up next Wednesday. I'm not one of those people that starts playing Christmas music really early, but I like to have the Christmas tree up for a while because it's so pretty. And I don't like to have it up after Christmas. Like, I usually take it down like the week after Christmas, so this way I put it up sooner. Alright, I can update the settings spreadsheet with the NASDAQ on the 5 minutes. I need to figure out yesterday's stuff. Made 400. You know what I need to do? I need to pull up. Ooh, AMD might take this long. I would actually be okay with that. Oh, my 3 Tesla covered calls are, well, you know what? I'm going to hold them because, actually,
Order canceled.
it seems like Tesla is already,
Order canceled. Order canceled.
all right.
Order filled.
Oh, look at that little fake out from AMD. All right, so I'm just manually writing down these. You know, sometimes you forget that somebody's like in a relationship until they are, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. All right, let me send this email. All right, that's done. Tesla's beasting. Amazon looks good. Tesla's doing well. And Q's bouncing back up. You see we're at that 7 level again. AMD is not sure what it wants to do. AMC might take a long. I might reduce my sizing in AMD today because it doesn't seem like it. Oops, actually I can't do it like that. There we go. All right, AMD, Tesla covered calls. We'll see if I trade anything else. We'll see if TTD takes a trade. We'll see if AMC takes a trade. I'm going to pull up natural gas because one of my members
Order submitted.
said that it hit target. And I wanted to see what it did yesterday because I know it was in a trade. All right, so I'm long AMC here. I'm just pulling this up to... Remember, my ultimate goal for this AMD is the 151... 150, 180, like 152 area, and then see if it can push back up to 153. So since I have a smaller sizing now, I may just try to hold for a much bigger move. And we'll see if we can kind of get back some of those losses from earlier. All right, What was I going to do? Oh, yes. Put the natural gas range up. And I need to fix that because it's not 10 minutes anymore. It's 5 minutes. Damn, that hit profit target quick. What? Oh, it hit profit target 1. The second one hasn't hit yet. Oh, yeah. So yesterday it hit the first one and then the second one. So I need to put that in the spreadsheet. I'm up $300 on this. So if I had my normal sizing, that would be $900. But I'm okay just having it that way. So today it's locked up 200 so far. Yesterday it was 200 and then minus 1,000, so minus 800. So it's still up 800 on the week. So that's good. All right, that's all I wanted to see. All right, look, up $500 now. So it would have easily been $1,500, but it's fine. Right, it's fine. All right, I'm gonna sell 100 right here.
Order canceled.
Because this is an area.
Order filled.
This was the hard area from the first push this morning. This is kind of exactly what it did yesterday, where it made a retest and then it just went crazy. If you look here, it went up, it couldn't get over this level, and then it pulled back, and then it just kind of took off. All right, so now I'm up like 700 in this trade. We'll see if we can get to this area.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Slowly take some shares off as we go higher.
Order submitted.
This is obviously more of the move that I wanted on that first long.
Order submitted.
So it's $800. Would have been $2,400, but it's all good. I'm eating away at my loss for the day, so now my loss is only $500, and then I have that $900 in Tesla for the covered calls. So now I'm green on the day on my manual trades in the stock market, which is good. So this one hit. It hasn't updated yet. I can see it on
order filled.
Sometimes NinjaTrader is a little delayed in its results, but it sends the order to them pretty much immediately. Like this orange means that it hasn't sent it yet, and now when it's blue, it means it sent it to nope.
Order filled.
See how even when I was moving it, that limit order was still at... Ooh, gold is up to 1,800. That's good. All right, look at this push in AMD. I am liking this a lot.
Order filled.
I still have 400 shares left.
Order
It's up
submitted.
1,200 from the beginning of the trade.
Order filled.
My buddy said yesterday he sees it going to 155, so it could definitely be something happening here. So now I'm only red 200 on the day, and I still have 300 shares left.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, all of my shares are now out on the chart. I will cover some
Order
here.
canceled.
Oh, I hate when it does that. That was a big move up, so
Order submitted.
I'm going to put a cover here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Here we go, pushing back up.
Order canceled.
All right, so it hit the one? No? I don't know what it's doing.
Order filled.
I think sometimes when I put too many orders, then it acts funny.
Order submitted.
All right. Ooh, gold is pulling back. But it's still green 1600. What time is it? 10:15. Okay. I only have 200 shares left, so not a big sizing, but I still don't want to give anything back here.
Order submitted.
I don't think it will. I might creep this up if it moves higher.
Order failed.
What else is going on? NQ is still in the same kind of range. It still hasn't hit. Oh, it hit target for TP1, 27. All right, so I only have 100 shares left. I might just close this out. We see that we're getting a pullback here.
Order failed.
All right, I am all out of AMD. I'm still red on the day, $200, you know, because before I did take 3,000 shares, and now I only took 1,000 shares. And I was even thinking about doing 2,000, but whatever. But I'm happy with that because I was down 1,200 or 1,250, whatever it was. So 200 is much more manageable. And like I said, oh, I also made 200. I made 179 on Walmart right at the open. So I need to put that. And then Tesla is up $900. So, and like this is hard for me. Like it's hard. I'm not someone that can focus on a bunch of different things at one time. So if you're like, oh, how do you do it? Like, this is not easy for me, just so you guys know. I have tried to do this so many times in the past and it hasn't worked. So, all right. NQ, we're not going to get a trade here in the range until 1040. So we'll see what happens there. TTD doesn't start till 10:30. It looks like it wants to take a long. AMC might take a long soon. I only have 1,000 shares on AMC and TTD. Oh, AMC should be more than that. It's only a $50 stock. Hold on, let me change this. Oh, it's the way it should be. It's actually going to be 5,000 shares. Yeah. But let me see what the overall momentum looks like on it. Yeah, green. Cool. I'm cool if AMC wants to take along here. That is fine by me. So there's a school near my house, and I love when I hear the kids like out at recess, like the little kids are always like screaming. It's so cute. I don't know why I didn't take all these colors away the other day. Probably because I did it too quickly. Oops. This is a run day yesterday. Yesterday was kind of weird in the market. Today's looking pretty good. $400 on NQ. Oh, that's really only because NQ night. 200 on natural gas so far. Whoa, look at that turnaround for AMC. AMD didn't have the same reaction. Interesting. NQ's pulling back a little. So NQ, it starts its range at 930. 940, so like here, like right now it's here to here. But again, that won't be possible until 1040. AMD made a nice recovery here. You can see they had a gap, filled the gap at 32. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here soon. There's really no other futures trades. This gold is still green, 1600. This isn't going to take place until later in the day. It had a trade yesterday, and like I said, it did pretty well. It just took a while to get there. Hit TP1 on the swing trade in NQ for the long. Sure thing. Feel free to subscribe and like the video. It helps me a lot. and I appreciate it. And then, you know, it makes me aware that you guys actually enjoy the content, and then I do it more. Because if I feel like nobody really like joins or cares, then it's like, oh well, why am I joining? But I enjoy talking things through like this. So all right, well, I'm probably going to wrap it up here. It's 10:18. Like I said, I didn't make tea this morning, so I'm probably going to go make some tea and just see what else might be on the radar for today. But not much, as I typically wrap it up by lunchtime anyway. So, all right, guys, have a good day. Talk to you tomorrow.